Welcome back, everyone. April happens to be Autism Awareness Month. There's a big trend on TikTok right now where people are self-diagnosing the condition. It's something doctors are strongly advising against. Here this morning to explain is Dr. Aida Khanum, a pediatrician with Pediatric Pod Concierge Pediatrics in Bel Air. Welcome and thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you.
When you hear of a self-diagnosis of autism or diagnosing it in a family member on your own, what are your concerns about that?
Yeah, so I mean, we've noticed that even on, TikTok, on social media, a lot of people, there's a lot of information out there, and actually people are viewing the inaccurate information and holding on to that versus sort of more accurate information. And so the risk then becomes that you kind of come up with the diagnosis yourself, and when you actually go to a health professional, you're not really taking what they're saying seriously, or sort of taking that which is more accurate. So it's kind of risky, and we do recommend actually going and getting formally diagnosed if you are worried.
How difficult is it to get that diagnosis? Is it fairly clear-cut for an expert who looks at this? What does that evaluation look like?
So it is pretty fair, sort of easy to get done in the sense that once you get an appointment. The issue is there is this huge wait time. Currently in the city of Houston, there's up to a year plus wait times for children under the age of 6, and those are the kids we want to get them diagnosed pretty quickly. But once you kind of get an appointment with your pediatrician or a developmental pediatrician, like at our practice, families can get in pretty quickly. It's pretty easy, it's the whole process is about 6 to 8 hours, but that's the physician time. So it usually involves a parent interview. At our practice, we do a parent interview. We bring the child in, then that's about an hour one-on-one with the child. Then there's some scoring, report writing, and then we go on and do a review of the results and go over resources and the plan going forward with the family.
So it's a lot of a lot more than just looking at a child and thinking that they might have autism. What are some of those personality traits that you think concern parents or are making them say this is what my child has before getting that diagnosis?
So a lot of people, there's sort of, you can sometimes have autism and something with it, like ADHD, like an anxiety disorder or obsessive compulsive disorder. But if often what happens is a child with ADHD, a child who only has ADHD or anxiety or obsessive compulsive has normal social functioning, has normal speech and communication, but they may have some behaviors that look like autism. But one of the big things with autism is we're looking at social interactions, speech, repetitive and restrictive behaviors. Those are the things that we look for, and that's what your specialist will look for. So you can have autism with ADHD, anxiety, OCD, but the other way around, I mean, again, you need to go and get formally tested and evaluated.
And early intervention can make a huge difference if you're doing it right and for the right condition, right? You can't just go out there and hope for the best and hope that you have figured it out on your own.
Yeah, no. So that's the thing. I mean, actually, to be honest, for us, I mean, we found that with kids who have on the spectrum, early interventions are key. And there's a whole bunch of interventions. There's behavior therapies, there's speech, occupational therapy, restrictive development interventions. I mean, the goal is to help bring that child to their maximum capacity and help them thrive, and the family. But the earlier you start, the better. The problem is to get that early intervention covered by insurance, you need to get formally diagnosed. And there is a year and a half wait list. So, I mean, those are the things. It's sort of like a catch-22. So at our practice, we've started offering that pretty quickly. We can get kiddos in within a week or two.
That's huge. Did you hear everybody? Okay, everyone, we're talking about Pediatric Pod Concierge Pediatrics and Bel Air. Get you in like that. Thank you, Dr. Khanum, for being here. It's an important talk for a lot of families.
Thank you.